Well, hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Friends and Authors Live. I'm Rosalinda Roman, and I'm here with my good friend and mentor, A.K. Vias, also known as Ash. Hello, Ash. How are you today?
Very good, thank you. Very good.
Normally, we do a pre-show, and I already know how you are, but I actually was like down to the wire last minute, so I actually don't know how you are.
Well, it's a bit of a mash unit this week, and also, if you notice, like the sun's not shining on my face because we've had horrible thunderstorms the
Oh,
past couple of days, which actually have cooled things off. So that's actually nice.
yeah, and considering you're in Europe where AC isn't really a thing, cooling off is welcome.
Yeah, exactly. The Germans build great cars, planes, guns. They haven't figured out air conditioning yet.
It's
And
pretty
I don't know
funny.
why.
Well, the subject today that we're going to talk about came from, first of all, I wanted to kind of revisit the interview that we did with PJ Skinner, Pip, last week. Is a wealth of information. She has lived quite a life, hasn't she?
Yeah, a real adventurer.
Yeah, lots to say. Well, I appreciated that she came on the show. It was fun to talk to her. But from that, one of the things or maybe it was from the previous week, probably from the previous week, you and I had been talking about some of the things after I did my book launch at the end of April, some of the things that might be able to move the needle that you do that I have not yet done because I'm relatively new to the indie author process. And one of the things that you taught me about, and we took the time, you actually took a few hours and walked me through how to do A+ content. Can you talk about what that is real quickly? I have a video where I actually took what you taught me and
Yeah,
applied it. But for people who don't know what that is, what is A+ content?
A plus content is basically just artwork that you put on your Amazon landing page, and you can form it any way you want. But the idea is basically just more visibility. It can be quotes from your books. It can be a review. A lot of times people will use scenes from their cover or something related. But the idea is you want as much of the real estate on the screen for your landing page on Amazon to be focused on your books because Amazon does not care about you. Amazon cares about selling books. And what I think I mentioned last week was it's kind of like if you are trying to sell your house and you hire a realtor and they put the sign in the yard and they also put signs for 30 other clients with cheaper, bigger houses in your yard on your dime, right? So it behooves you to take up as much of the real estate on your Amazon landing page as you can with stuff for you, right? Because other
Right.
people everybody has their own Amazon landing page, and you should defend your real estate, right?
Yeah. Defend your
That's the
territory.
initial use. Yeah, yeah, and the second thing is with some of the changes with technology, with it's not new, but the A20 algorithm or the way Amazon and GEOs actually look for books, trying to match buyers with the right books. They're spending a lot of time on the landing pages now. So that's where they
Yeah.
get their information. They look at your reviews, they look at your landing pages, they look at these things much more than they did in the past, from what I've been told. So once again, you want your A10 content to be long. Just you basically want to have to scroll down almost 2 or 3 pages, which almost nobody does, before they find anything that's not focused on you and your books. And that's,
Right.
you know, a good
Yeah, it
start.
kind of makes me think of like the Google search back in the day where you do a search and everybody wanted their business to be at that in that first, results page. So in or the old school newspaper above the fold, right? You want the good stuff and you want them to stay there and you want them to stay on your page essentially before they go to something else.
Yeah, well, that's actually a really good analogy, but it's happened even faster. At the risk of being glib, I would say like, oh, Rosalinda, that's so fall 2025. Like, it's not that long ago, right? That it used to be that way, that you wanted SEO, search engine optimization, where you wanted the top two or three or four listings on a page with whenever someone's looking. It's not like that now, because what the AI does, and as you know, if you don't preset it, Google will default you to the AI. It will actually do all that work for you and just put it up, right?
Yeah.
So in really the past 6 to 8 months, it's changed dramatically the way it searches for books, and the way authors get visibility.
Yeah, it's wild. It's been wild. And I appreciate that I have someone in my corner, well, several someone's in my corner who you guys have been testing and doing this. You're very much cutting edge. You say, okay, let's see what is happening within the indie author space, and how can I maximize my visibility and get my books into the right reader's hands. So I last week, you sat down with me for a couple hours and we went through on how to set up the Amazon A+ content for my mystery thriller series, which is my main bread and butter, if you will. But I neglected to record it. I thought I was recording it and I failed that. So you suggested take what I learned from our session and apply it to my sailing memoir, which is just a standalone book right now. So I did do that, and I recorded it, and I have a whole video. But before I run it, I want to make sure there's nothing else you want to say to set up this subject.
No, that's great. You know how to do it. And the thing about A+ content, I adjust it when I launch a new book. It's something that, maybe it takes a couple hours or to figure out your content, and you can always make it better, but you just set it up and you don't even have to bother with it, I don't think, once it's up, until you update it every time you launch a book in a series, and that's it. It's not like something recurring like Facebook ads or marketing or anything like that you have to focus on, in perpetuity.
Right. Okay. Well, without further ado, then here is what. So you don't know that I did this, but kind of strap yourself in because I wanted to share your wisdom. I feel like I've been going to Asha's academy, Author Academy, and so without further ado, let's get to it. And oh no, I have to hide us. Hang on. Oh no, shush. Okay, try it again. And here we go.
This is still a family show, right?
Hey everyone. Yeah, it's Rosalinda Roman. And I wanted to record a segment because I have learned a lot from a lot of different authors, but one of the ones that I have learned the most from is my mentor and friend and co-host, A.K. Vyas, who is also known as Ash, as you all know from watching our show. And he just taught me how to add A+ content in Amazon. It was just a subject that I have been wanting to get to and deal with for a while, but it was one of those things that I put off for a very long time because I was struggling with it and I didn't really want to deal with it. Well, Ash sat me down for maybe 20 minutes and we got it figured out. I had recorded the whole thing because I wanted to share it with you, and then I realized afterwards that I forgot to record it. So my bad, but it actually is an opportunity because it allowed me to realize that I learn a lot from Ash, and I think we should make a regular segment. And so without further ado, I think we should call it, here we go, drum roll please, Asha's Author Academy. Crowd goes wild. So what do you guys think? You like this idea? I mean, I certainly like this idea. Okay, so without further ado, I thought I would take you through the steps that we already went through with my mystery thrillers, which Ash helped me get it set up for my mystery thriller books, and apply it. He suggested, why don't we apply it to my sailing memoir so I can take you through step by step on how to do that. So here in this week's Asha's Author Academy, we are going to just go step by step, and I'll show you what I just learned from Ash to actually make this work. So ignore that never-ending picture of me, and we're going to go to the A+ content tag. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me show you. If you come to Amazon, which this is Ash's, you can see AKVS. This is one of his books, one of the best sellers. It is the first in his Eagle Feathers saga. And if you scroll down on Amazon, it always has, you can see it's got some other recommendations. Some of his books are in there. But if you keep going, it shows you from the publisher, the Eagle Feathers saga, these really nice looking images, and then some editorial reviews. Now, this is all, as Ash will describe, I'm sure, here on this show. This is real estate. This is the online equivalent of real estate. If you look at my book instead, which is Losing Sight of the Shore, How to Live on a Boat Without Killing Your Family, if you scroll down, all you get is other authors' content. So Amazon is happy to put something there, and generally they'll put something by somebody else who is paying them more money. We don't want that. We want anyone that came to our page to find our book to not immediately be sent to see somebody else's book. So that's where A+ content comes in. Now, if you do a search on Amazon, you can see examples of A+ content. Some of it is, let's see. First of all, let me make sure this is showing you what I wanted to show you. It is. Okay, good. Let's get rid of his, we can turn off the, this is very confusing visually, isn't it? Okay, so let's go back and get back to that A+ content. And they give you some examples. Some people have like a banner, a picture of them, and some content here. Some people put timelines, and we'll talk about that a lot. Some people put things that grab your attention and grab other things, apparently. But on and on. There's some examples of different people's A+ content. You can do a lot of different things. All I'm going to do is keep it really simple today. And you come to your Kindle KDP dashboard, your Kindle Direct Publishing, and you go over to the marketing tab. So that's step one. And also you need to have your book open. I have it open in another tab. So you go down here to the A+ content section and go to Amazon.com, if that's the one the marketplace you're going to edit it for, and then click Manage A+ content. Okay, so now you can see I've got Catalina's Chronicles in here. That's what Ash just helped me figure out, and you can see the status is actually approved, so that's pretty cool. Now we're going to go and we're going to add a new one specifically for so we're going to start creating A+ content. And what we want to do is we want to name the content. So I'm going to put sailing, or we'll put RLR so that we know it's mine and not somebody else's. Sailing Memoirs. And it is in English, and we're going to hit next, apply ASINs. Okay, so now this is where we have to find our books. So I'm going to go back to the tab that's Losing Sight of the Shore is in, scroll down to the product details, where the very first thing is the ASIN or ASIN. I don't know if that's what you call it, but you highlight it, copy it, Command C or Control C on a PC. I think it's Command C on a Mac. And then you put that ASIN number in this little box where it says add ASINs. And voila, there is the book, Losing Sight of the Shore, How to Live on a Boat Without Killing Your Family. All right, I'm going to pause it for a second. Do you call it ASIN? How you pronounced it something? Is that common?
I've always heard ASIN. Yeah, I think that's what I've heard.
Okay. Anything to add before we continue?
The only thing I would add, and I actually learned this, it wasn't obvious to me, and is you want to do this for all of your ebooks and your paperbacks, right? But so if you have a paperback with an Amazon ISBN, you will have an ASIN. If you have a paperback with your own ISBN, like if you're going to be wide, like mine are, you Amazon won't give you an ASIN. So you can actually, where it says ASIN, you can put your 10-digit ISBN in because you want your
Okay.
A plus content to show up on both your paperbacks and your ebooks, right? So just
Right.
that's one way to because I had to go through and do my paperback. It doesn't do it. It should do it automatically for you for the same book. It doesn't. You have to do it yourself.
Okay. That's really helpful to know. Okay. Continuing. Here we go. Awesome. So now we're going to click this. And we're going to add, create content. Let's see. Apply content. I think you have to actually, all you do is add that in, and then the next thing we do is we're going to actually create the content. Is that right? I might do this wrong. Have been applied. Well, you're finished applying ASAN, click review and submit. We're not done because we want to actually create the content now in the content manager. So we're going to save this as a draft. And now I'm going to go back to this little, if you see there's like a timeline here, create content. Now this is, I clicked create content and I'm going to add module. Okay, so the add module, this is where you see the different types of A+ content that you can add. So like this one could be 3 images with some text. This one is just text by itself. Single standard image with the image left and the text to the right. And this one's the text to the right, to the left and the image to the right, that kind of stuff. You can also put some interesting comparison charts, which I think I'm going to add later for my memoir, just so that people can see what you're comparing. You can put a standard company logo, but I learned from Ash that I don't want to do that because that's small, 600 by 180. But if you go here to this standard image and dark text overlay, click that. That's what we're going to start with, or I am, because what I have created in Canva, so this is another app called Canva, that is where you can make graphics and different images. And I basically created it 1940 by 600 pixels. Where I got that number was from that Amazon content example. If you see the banner they showed us earlier, I think it's this one. Maybe it is one of these banners. It actually showed me the aspect ratio, which was 19. Of course, I can't find it on demand. This is not it. This is not it. Somewhere here, I think it is this one maybe, where it has the cover art. Yeah, so you can see this is the smallest. It says 970 by 300 pixels, but it says to get the highest resolution, consider saving your image at 1940 by 600 pixels. So I took that advice right there. You can see it right there here on Amazon. Make it bigger so you can see what I'm talking about. And I went to Canva and I created a new project, and you do that by going to the home and then you go to create new project and custom size down here. So you would put the width and the height and then create a new design. But I already did that. I already created it. And these are the 2 slides that I created for my sailing memoir. So basically I took an image of our boat and I just put some words: 3 kids, 2 parents, 1 German Shepherd. Could you live with your family for 4 years, not for 4 years, 4 years in a 45-foot by 24-foot space? Would it be smooth sailing or would your sanity be sunk? So I created that just as a banner to show, just get people to think about it. And then again, I used my company brand logo with the Cocopelli. I'm in New Mexico, but we also have the sailboat. And anyone who knows me and my New Mexicast history, that's my New Mexicast brand. Anyway, so I put a picture of the book cover with an inspiring sailing memoir, and then a little picture of me and some words. Okay, so I exported that into a file that I have on my computer. That's important because for the next step, we are going to, let's see, where are we? Going back to the A+ content and to the Amazon dashboard. So again, now we're in this where we're adding, I think it was a module or something like that. We're going to add see this tiny little button down here. We're going to ignore this text and we're going to add background image. So now I'm going to click this to select. Nope, actually, I'm going to click upload. Yeah, you click that, but then you have to upload an image. So I'm going to go back to that file, if I can remember where I put it. And while I'm searching, I would never have known to click that button without you.
And
it was in Losing Sight of the Shore. Sorry, I should have done this beforehand. There's so many little details. And there it is, the Amazon A+ content. So anyway, I don't know if I can do two at a time. Let's do one at a time. We're going to open this one. It's uploading. And there you go. And you do have to describe it in alt text. The reason for that is it helps people who are using screen readers to know what they're looking at. So I might say image of a lagoon 450 catamaran on a peaceful on a peaceful ocean, on the peaceful ocean, whatever, at a peaceful anchorage, let's say. This is not that important in some ways, but it's kind and the right thing to do for inclusivity. So I like to do this at a peaceful anchorage with text. All right, and that just describes it. Hit enter, and then you notice it changed from grayed out to this add button. Now I'm able to add it. And once again, now I can add it. And it looks weird here. It will not look weird when we're done. So now that I have that in there, we're going to add a second module. And that's the same thing. I'm going to do the standard image and dark overlay, and I'm going to add a background image. Click this to get into this and then hit upload. And we're going to upload the second one, open. And it's uploading. And then I'm going to, again, describe it. Image of losing sight of the shore, sailing memoir with an image of author Rosalinda Roman, 0225. Have to remember how to put my accent in there, with image of author Rosalinda Roman and over background with I can't type because my microphone is in the way, just so you know, Kokopelli. I don't know if that's one L or two. I think it's two. Kokopelli. Okay, and again, we hit then return, and it changed. Oh, I exceeded it. Okay, so we're going to take Kokopelli out because I wrote too much, and I'm just going to hit return, and then it allows me to add that and add it, and now they're both in there. I'm going to add one more thing that I didn't add yet in my mystery thrillers, and that is I want to add some reviews. So let's see if I can do that. Standard product description text. Let's try that. Oh, here, image, highlights, image, standard text. I think. So while I'm searching for it, I'm going to tell you this fails. This putting reviews, you'll see, there are restrictions, which you probably already knew about, Ash, that have to do with what you can say. So I'll let it continue. But I learned something new from this. Ash's Author Academy. Again. Where was I? Oh, my goodness. Live video. There. And so I had copied it from my from the book and put it in here. We could put something like verified review. Let's put verified. That was the Amazon red flag review. Just to kind of highlight that people are loving this book and people will want to buy this book, right? So I'm just going to put that one in there. And this looks like they're all ready to go. Edit, edit. And I think all I have to do now is hit apply ASINs. I already did that. We want this one.
Submit.
We want to apply this one and review and submit. Let's see. Oh, there you go. So this is an example of what it's going to look like. I'll clean up that review and make it look better. I'm not sure I like the way the text looks there, especially with these huge banners. But this is what it looks like on a mobile, and this is what it'll look like on a desktop. That's not too bad, but I would like to have the stars there, and I'll put some more reviews. But again, this is better than letting somebody else take up that space on my page. So we're going to click submit for approval. And here it says, you are submitting your content to Amazon for review and publication. It can take up to 7 business days for your content to be reviewed, and if approved, up to 24 hours for it to appear. So which it didn't take that long. Get upset or worry if it doesn't show up. You click submit for approval. Content validation failed. Your content contains errors. Okay, let's see what the errors are. How do we find that? Please go back and fix the highlighted errors. Okay, so this is new for me. When fixing content, please double check the image keywords field of uploaded images. Okay, create content. We have to go back to that. And it's saying there's some kind of error. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, these keywords violate our. Okay, so you're not allowed to put verified Amazon review. Good to know. So we'll just take those words out. And just leave it at that. And put an exclamation just so that it shows how awesome it is. That's actually very helpful. We fixed it. And are you sure you want to exit? No, cancel. Don't do that. We're just going to, we did fix it. And hopefully that will do it. So next we're going to apply the ASINs. Okay. This again, please fix the highlighted errors. These keywords, I didn't put that in. So maybe you can't put any reviews. No, that's not true. I've seen them in other people's. So
no, I have
so
reviews.
We didn't. You do have reviews in there? So there's something about how I did it. I might just delete that. Yeah, ultimately, I mess with this for another moment, and then I just decided to delete it. So I removed the module because I couldn't figure it out, and I figured better to have something. Lets me apply. It'll say, please fix. Yeah, I think I'm going to just delete those because it's not actually showing it anymore. And I don't know how to fix it I think it just is kind of caught in a broken loop. So we're going to just take that one out. Yes. And we'll leave the 2 that I know work, and then we'll apply them. So let's see if I did fix it. Losing Side of the Shore. This is actually a good demonstration of how frustrating sometimes it can be, but you got to stick with it and persevere, right? Because it's important. And, okay, so now it's been successfully submitted for approval. And did you notice how it changed from red over here on the create content? It was red, and now it's got a little green check mark. So you may stumble into some issues. Just know that that's the way it goes, and go back and figure out what you did wrong. But you can see it's now awaiting approval. So that's really exciting. It won't show up here yet on Losing Side of the Shore, but I did notice, and I'm going to go back to A+ Content Manager, because it was supposed to take longer to finish my sailing memoir, my mystery thriller, but it now says approved. So I'm going to see if it actually went through or not. Yes, so it says published. So why don't we go look at that for a minute? Because that actually was not approved when Ash and I were going through it. So let's go to the Amazon store and check the A+ content for this. It wasn't there. Is it in there? It's there now, though. That's the one that you helped me. It's been approved, but it's still not showing up yet. So we'll have to check that out next. But anyway, I digress. It's most important just to show you how to do this. And I wanted to take the time, since Ash has taken the time to show me how to do this and create the A+ content. So that is it. I meant to make a little show close with curtains, but we will just call this the Ash's, what did I call it? Ash's Author Academy. And now you learned how to do Amazon A+ content. All right, back to the show. What do you think, Ash?
Two thoughts. One, well done on the A+. I think you got the hang of it. This is going to cost you a lot of those New Mexico green chilies, by the way.
Yeah.
But,
you get paid in green
also,
chili. That's fair. That's
I
fair.
have to get paid in green chilies. Also, dubious initials, AAA. Just you know.
What's that?
Dubious initials, AAA. But
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Oh, yes.
But no, it's good. It's good. But the thing about the A+, so you know, like I said, once you have it up, it doesn't have to be a big deal. But what I do is anytime I check out a book on Amazon, I scroll down and see what other people's A+ looks like. Some people have like charts and quizzes and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll change it up every once in a while. But that's really all there is to it. You just need to define
the
the
one that you showed. The one that you showed me how to do is up. So I'll share that really quickly. This is my Death Wounds, the mystery thriller, and here's the A+ content. And I want to do more, put more robust, but I basically created these little things in Amazon, took my book cover, I mean, not Amazon, Canva, took the book cover and put them on there. And that's, like you said, real estate that I'm not just giving away for free anymore. It's, it's my book. So if somebody scrolls down, they see something relevant, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. It's the way search is changing in the industry.
It's really good stuff. Yeah, I figured we'd kind of go through step by step because sometimes for me, it helps to just have somebody do it in front of me and show me how to take it step by step. So hopefully somebody will watch this maybe on the replay and figure out how to set up their own A+ content. It's important. I actually have a list of other things that I want from Ash's Author Academy. So I'm going to have to find like probably Mexican food and other good ways to pay you, right?
No spices in Germany. No.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, I really want to go through a whole list of things that I can learn from you. So we'll get there.
It's a two-way street, Rosalinda. I got all these lights on. I'm always stressed about my lighting. You're trying to turn me into like an investigative journalist. Right? I'm skeptical about everything. So
very true. Very true. It's a symbiotic friendship for sure. I appreciate that.
Exactly.
Well, all right. I guess that's it for this edition of Friends and Authors Live. We have some fun stuff coming up in the rest of the week. We're now in summer, or I'm in summer. I mean, it's not technically summer, but my kid is off of school. So, it's a different season, but it means that I have fun time to dabble. Things are a little slower in my life, which means I can slow down and tackle some of this marketing stuff that I hadn't been able to do during the school year. So.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a meme that a guy says, "Do you want me to depress you?" Yeah, 70% of being an author is marketing. It's not the right.
Well, yeah, like Craig Martell says, the first thing is to write a good book. That's number one, and then the rest of it is marketing.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's like, first you need the bicycle, which you've got the bicycle. You've written 5 books. Most people won't do that. Then you got to like learn how to pedal it uphill, right? And that's the marketing, right? And that's different, but you're not going to get to the top of the hill. Well, you could, white lightning can strike, but most of us, there's a path to work up there, and you've already done the hard part. You've written the books. Like 99% of people don't do that, right? So now comes, hopefully the marketing becomes fun for you as well. I've kind of learned to like it.
Yeah, for sure. And if nothing else, it gives me an excuse to meet up with you, which is the best part for me. So I appreciate that.
Usually.
All right, friends, we have to go. I have a hard stop coming up. But I really appreciate your wisdom and guidance. And I hope everyone else, if you do like this episode and you enjoy more of Asha's Author Academy, you want to see more of that, then put a note in the comments and let us know that you like this content. For now, this is Friends and Authors Live. I'm Rosalinda Roman with AK Vias, and we will see you again next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.